Hey, welcome to Cincinnati Soccer Talk, the first podcast by FC Cincinnati by fans for fans. I'm Nick Superling. Pleased to be with you. Whew, what a night we've had here at Cincinnati Soccer Talk. I want to get right into the show here shortly. We've got a lot to discuss. We've got the FC Cincinnati kit reveal tonight. We've got FC Cincinnati drawing 1-1 with DC United. And, of course, FC Cincinnati taking on FC Cincinnati East tomorrow in Indianapolis. We want to hear from you, folks. If you're watching us live, if you've stuck around, we appreciate you. Get in touch with us on the Kings Hammer Hotline at 513-399-KICK, 513-399-KICK. Let's welcome in my co-host for this evening. I'll start with you, Brad Weigel. Brad, how are you, buddy?
Dude, third time's a charm. Thank you for having us. I appreciate all you do. Big week for FC Cincinnati with the jersey reveal. Today we had the first practice over at the new training center out in Milford. Tomorrow, big match, as you said, against FC Cincinnati West and Indy 11.
Did I say and East? I meant West.
Yeah. Just covering it up for you. Nobody would have noticed if you wouldn't have said nothing. And then, you know what? I'm so excited to see the guys this Saturday finally playing, hopefully in their jerseys. Going to be able to watch them live on the broadcast down in Charleston. So good weekend. Also, I forgot to mention on my first two, I'm going to mention on my third intro. Congratulations to our guy, Clay Benjamin. He did the EPL podcast with me last year. He's written for Cincinnati Soccer Talk. Just got a big job promotion. He's going to be one of the creative directors down in Tampa Bay for USL. So just props to him. Congrats. Can't be more proud. So big week, and just appreciated the chance to be here.
All right. Let's first of all, let's welcome back to the show Ken Hecker. Ken, it's been a while. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, as Brad said, third time's the charm. Or as Matthew Deplong might say, le temps est un charme, or something like that.
I have no idea what that was.
That's French, I guess. It's terrible. Don't quote me on it. Anyway, it's good to be back. Try to add a little humor. We've had a little trouble here with some technology, and it's good to be back for the third time tonight.
Yeah, and we won't completely blame my internet service provider, and we won't completely blame you, Ken, because you come back and all of a sudden we have all these internet troubles. I'm not gonna blame you, buddy. Let's talk a little bit about the kits. Again, if you want to get in touch with us, 513-399-KICK. Rob here standing by, ready to take your calls ever so patiently tonight on the Kings Hammer Hotline. Ken, your thoughts on the kits? We've seen the blue and the orange. We've seen the white. We'll even show them off here on the show. Tell us a little about what do you think of the kits? Are you excited? What do you like? What do you dislike?
I love the blue kit. I give that a solid A, and I think we talked about it a little bit, but the vertical stripes going up and down with the little accents inside of it just really looks sweet. I mean, it looks great on those kits. It's not overwhelming. It's not too busy. As last year's kits, I thought were a little bit busy, but I love that kit. The white one, I'll deal with the white one. It's simple, just like most of the other MLS kits. So I love the blue one, though.
How about you, Brad? You're muted. You muted your mic. That's all right. It's been one of those nights.
I literally thought I thought I clicked it. My bad. I'm sorry. Let's start with the home one. Like I said, I really like it. I think it's very strong. I think it really makes our logo pop. Like I was saying before, I think that there's probably one of the design elements of that logo is how it looked on this kit, and I'm not shocked that they complement each other really well. And then I'm glad they went for a different look with the stripes. Adidas, they could have kept us safe. They could have made us done solid hoops or solid stripes, and so I'm glad that they gave us that, allowed us to do that little textured kind of diagonal pattern on the stripe. So I definitely like that. With the away kit, it's clean, simple, and then I think most people are panning MLS because there's been a lot of white kits, and this is definitely white. We don't even have the piping or the accent colors on the stripes. But what I do like is it's got a textured pattern, kind of a textured horizontal pattern to it that gives it a little bit of feel, stands out a little bit. So I definitely like both options they chose here. Neither one of them are too busy, kind of giving that clean inaugural season classic MLS look.
Yeah, I guess when I look at the kits, I'll tell you what, I'm a big fan of the home orange and blue. I really think those look sharp, and I think they're going to pop there at Nippert Stadium this fall, or this summer, I should say, and fall for a little bit. The white kits for me just a little too plain. I think you have some color, obviously, with the sleeve, the MLS logo on the sleeve, and then obviously the crest there, and then you have the black Mercy Health logo across the chest. But for me, I would have just liked to have seen a little bit more color on that white away kit, maybe around the piping on the sleeves or even the stripes up top or even around the collar. I mean, look, it's a white kit. It's supposed to be plain. It does what it needs to do as far as providing contrast against the other team. I get that, but I don't know. I think if you're a fan of FC Cincinnati and if you're looking to buy both kits, for me, I'm going for the home kit right away.
Definitely. I mean, is there really a question? I mean,
Yeah.
it has at least a personality, that kit. The other one, as Brad says, it's sharp, it's clean, it's got some accent colors to it, but the home kit's just it's well done for the amount of time that FCC had to get these introduced. I mean, it's grade A effort on their part to get these in look as sharp as they do.
I'll
All
tell you
right.
what, I do like I definitely like the white kit, but I'm with Yosef half the time in that Bailey, and there's no way with how much pizza he eats and all the smoke that we get that white kit's gonna last. That's gonna stay clean more than one match, and so I definitely, if there's one I'm gonna buy, it's definitely gonna have to be the blue one.
I forgot about the paint, the smoke, and everything else on that
Yeah,
white kit. Yeah,
you got to watch out for Yosef, man. He'll just wear paint. He'll do this that, and the other. All of a sudden, you're covered.
smear that free pizza all over it.
Oh man.
Uh, well, apparently we may have some breaking news here in just a moment. We'll get to that here in a second. I just want to invite you, if you're watching us live, get in touch with us. We want to know what your thoughts are on the kit reveal tonight. What are your thoughts on the new kits? Get in touch with us, 513-399-KICK. If you were there at the event tonight, let us know your experience. How long did you wait in line to purchase a kit? Again, get in touch with us, 513-399-KICK. Apparently, FC Cincinnati making some roster moves. This is not official, but this is coming from Paul Tenorio, Brad, a pretty good source in Major League Soccer circles. But it sounds like FC Cincinnati might have another stud on their roster.
Yeah, he's reporting it just now on the Athletic website. Paul Tenorio reporting that FC Cincinnati is in discussions to bring winger Kakuta Mana. A lot of guys may know Kakuta Mana. He was with the Columbus Crew and for a span in 2017, but before that, he actually spent a lot of time with Allen in the Vancouver Whitecaps system. He made 101 appearances, hit 22 goals. Definitely a guy that I think if you would have thought in 2017 had a high ceiling and just kind of had to continue that development and that mesh. Went to the Crew, kind of struggled a little bit. Got a move to Pachuca, only had one appearance there. Now he's been playing. I'm gonna butcher this name, but he's playing in the Swiss Super League for. Is it Saint? Is it GN? I don't know. GALEN. So he was playing in the same league as Leonardo Bertone, looking for a move back to the States. So it's definitely an interesting pick, a spot where he is gonna have opportunities just with the lack of competition on the wing. So let's, this could be, it's probably going to be a low risk, high reward move for FC Cincinnati. I doubt we'll probably get much in the way of have to pay in the way of a transfer fee. His wage bill might be a little bit suppressed as far as, unless if he would have succeeded. So definitely an interesting selection. It's probably gonna be a boomer bust, but I don't think that's too much of a risk here for FC Cincinnati to pick up the speedy winger.
We're just now getting this news in, so forgive us for not being totally completely up to speed here. But is Mane, is he an international player? Is he going to be considered a domestic player, DP? I don't think he's going to be a DP.
No, I think he would be a domestic player. He grew up in Texas, even though I think he was born in Gambia. He moved to Texas, I want to say, in or moved to Georgia or Texas in 2010, and so he's been around the States for a long time. I actually think they might have even been talking about him as a possible future U.S. men's national teamer. So I want to say he would. I don't think they would make this move if he was an international
Sure.
roster. I just don't, especially when right now we've got maybe one too many of those players. I would have to think that he would probably pick up a spot, but you never know with his time in Vancouver if that actually counts towards domestic. But
I was going to say he gained his citizenship in 2017.
You're on it right there. I just need to scroll down my Wikipedia page there, Ken.
Oh, sorry.
No,
hey, I'm just disappointed you didn't try to say the team name. Like, I mean, I tried to speak French earlier. For God's sake, give it an effort. My question actually on this is, our roster, how does it fill out? I mean, that's things that needs to start happening. I mean, we don't have enough spots, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I mean, we've got 28 to 30 spots, and I know we're pretty darn close to that as far as signed players. I don't know what Jimmy's status is being injured. I know we've loaned the one goalkeeper down to Louisville. So I think he was the Akron goalkeeper who's is German, so I think he would count as international right now, Ben Lunt. So I don't know. We're getting pretty close, but I think we still have to be roster compliant by March 1st.
March 1st, yeah.
So yeah, like I said, there's definitely moves, and I mentioned this before. With how many central defensive midfielders, I wouldn't be shocked if we might see a little bit of depth player there. I don't want to really mention too many names, but we got probably one or two too many pieces there. I wouldn't be shocked to FC Cincinnati to acquire some assets they could possibly use in the future for some of those defensive midfielders.
I think the key here that you mentioned has a history with Vancouver. And Alan Koch likes to bring in those guys from Vancouver who he has experience with. So, that's a bonus there. Not sure what kind of player FC Cincinnati is going to get here. As Brad mentioned, probably a boom or bust type of deal. Maybe this works out, and if it does, Luke Sassano and Alan Koch look like geniuses. And if it doesn't work out, I'm sure it didn't cost a whole lot to bring him into the fold. So,
hey, Columbus paid $300,000 in allocation money 2 years ago, so he can't be. I mean, he's got to have. There's some quality there. That's my point. I'm glad we went for an offensive person, a winger especially. I think a Cam is going to be too hard to get, so I think this was a smart move, as Brad said. A lot of bang, with low risk, high reward.
Yeah, I agree, and we'll make sure to include the link to Paul Tenoria's article in this week's show notes over at CincinnatiSoccerTalk.com. But tonight, it's all about the kits. It's all about the jerseys. We want to hear from you. 513-399-KICK, 513-399-KICK. Let's go to the Kings Hammer Hotline here, and let's welcome into the show, of course. Come on now. There we go. Got my mouse back. Let's welcome into the show Arthur. Arthur, what's going on, man? Welcome to Cincinnati Soccer Talk.
Hey guys. You guys on? Like, I was waiting, hoping you guys would still be here.
We're here. Sorry.
We were doing trivia and they just canceled the feed.
Nice. Well, first off, pardon my voice, I'm a little sick. But I was going to comment on the kits, but actually, if you don't mind, I like to talk about Kekuta Mane.
Yeah, actually. Go for it.
Yeah, awesome. So actually, I was actually a Crew fan. I still kind of am a Crew fan before FCC came along, and I watched a decent amount of the Crew. So I watched Mane play a good amount 2 years ago when he was with the Crew, and they made that run to the MLS semifinals, the East Coast semifinals. And Mane was used more as a winger at the time and more of a super sub winger. He made a few starts here and there, but usually he'd be subbed in like the 70th to 80th minutes and just run his butt off. He has a decent amount of technical skill, but his main skill is his speed. He is a fast dude. He could easily be the fastest guy on the team next year, which I think is something we need. We have a lot of older, more veteran players, and having a young guy who can just sprint to the goal could be really useful. So I think this is a really great signing overall.
Yeah.
He's domestic. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think too, and we've kind of seen it a little bit on the very small glimpses of footage we've seen from IMG, as I think what we're anticipating happening is a lot of absorbing of pressure, and then hopefully when the ball gets turned over, we're playing that ball over the top and allowing speedy guys like Darren Maddox and potentially Kekuta Mane getting in behind defenses and using that pace on the counterattack.
Yeah, exactly. With Mane and Lamar just going the counter, and that was how he was used the crew primarily. He'd come in usually when they're up by a goal, and they'd be parking the bus back in their own box. And whenever there was a counterattack, Mane was always the one sprinting down the field, and he was very effective at that. He got a few decent goals, got a few good chances on goal because of that, and he really excels at that type of play.
So you're pretty excited about the signing?
I think this is honestly one of the best signings you could get at this time period. I know this transfer window is kind of tough, finding good quality players, but someone who has experience in the league, someone who's going to play well to our style. I like the idea.
You made a great point mentioning his speed and him being a winger. And I think that we've kind of seen this year that FC Cincinnati might have to be playing on the counterattack a lot. And especially, I think he kind of works well with an Audi type player where they can both get vertical down the pitch. They can play balls off one another. So I think if you're Allen here, low risk, high reward, throw some speed on the field, see if he can, find some chemistry with those guys. And like I said, we're playing on that counter a lot, so they're going to have to get downfield. I'm wondering if he'll be able to still keep track of his defensive responsibilities, because on the wing you do have some of those, and I think in the past he's shown maybe not the level of commitment to the defensive side of the ball that you'd want. But I think getting him back domestic, I think you get him back domestic and you give him a shot. Like I said, it shouldn't cost FC Cincinnati that much. So,
all right, Arthur, you were there at the kit unveiling tonight. Question: did you get the kit, and which one is your favorite?
Oh, so I'm actually up in Columbus right now.
Oh, well, never mind.
A little too far of a drive. Yeah, but I have seen the pictures and the videos. So first off, I'm a poor med student. I have no money, and I already bought a kit. So
nice.
that's how much I like it. But yeah, I like it a lot. Honestly, I thought, given the short period of time we had to get one, from getting to the league and getting the kit, I wasn't expecting too much, and I was really pleasantly surprised. I think this is personally our best kit yet, of all our now 3 different kits we've had, or 4. Three kits.
Well, good. Well, I think a lot of folks are on board with you. And the brief amount of stuff I've seen tonight on social media, I haven't seen a whole lot of negative feedback, Arthur.
No, and I'm on Reddit a lot, and I'm on RMLS, and it's on the front page of the subreddit right now, and even the fans from other teams are saying this is a pretty sharp kit.
Oh.
Like universally across the league, people are saying it looks pretty good.
Well, that's good. That's good feedback. Well, we appreciate you calling. Don't be a stranger, Arthur. I'm sure we'll talk soon.
Thanks, Steve. It's always a pleasure. You guys have a good one.
You too. And thanks for being patient with us tonight, Arthur.
Well, thanks for taking my call. That's also half the battle.
No problem. That's Arthur giving us a call on the Kings Hammer Hotline, 513-399-KICK. Let's go back to the lines, and let's welcome in Daniel to the show. He was there tonight in the front row. Daniel, what's going on?
Hey, how are you guys doing tonight?
A little stressed out, but
how are you guys doing?
Things have calmed down. We're here. We're chatting about FC Cincinnati. We're talking kits. So what's on your mind?
I enjoyed it. I had fun. I was in the front row. I got there before Boston. Boston told me as I was walking out. They were all jealous that I was in the front row. So, but yeah, even Brad's wife already looked at the pictures and loved that I already posted the pictures. So, but yeah, I enjoyed the look of them. I think they're better looking than some I've ever seen, especially after I saw the Salt Lake City ones, the real Salt Lake ones that came out. But have you seen those yet?
I did see those, and they were different.
I felt I read someone said that it looked like their printer went out when they were printing the T-shirts, kind of thing. I was like, wow, that's pretty rough. But I thought it was a well done jersey overall. I think you can't beat the black and the white font on that and the white font on the blue jerseys. You can't beat the style they went with.
All right.
So
you're a big fan.
I'm a big fan of it. This will be my fourth. I bought the jersey before it was revealed. I was in line before everybody else.
All right. Well, we would expect nothing less from a super fan like you, Daniel.
You know well enough. And by the way, I'm ready for tomorrow's game. By the way, are you, Sibs?
I had a feeling you were going to bring that up. Tomorrow's Champions League game between Manchester United and PSG. About 8 weeks ago, I was not looking forward to it, and well, I can say safely that yes, tomorrow should be fun.
And you have another side note: no Neymar.
Yep, no Neymar, no Cavani, so United's chances improved just slightly, a little bit.
I got a scarf for my birthday, Manchester United scarf for my birthday too. So,
oh, good.
I was looking forward to that.
Awesome stuff. Well, we appreciate you calling tonight, Daniel. Have a good one.
You too. See you guys later.
It's Daniel on the Kings Hammer Hotline. 513-399-KICK. If you were there tonight at Music Hall, let us know. Tell us about the event. What did you like or dislike about the kits? And again, get in touch with 513-399-KICK. Brad, you look like you had something you wanted to say there. No?
I'm just reading this article real quick, and it says Kikuta Mana or
Is it
Mane.
Mane or Mana?
Mane. It's Mane.
All right.
It's Mane. Mane. Kikuta Mane to sign with FC Cincinnati after trade with Columbus. This is freaking ridiculous. That's one of the things I don't like about MLS is that he was at Pachuca. They sold him to Pachuca, and then he's in the Swiss Super League, and now we're going to have to give up some assets to the Crew just to get his rights. I swear to goodness, this better not be much money.
Brad,
so if you just see some smirks on my face just randomly, that's because I'm reading something.
Gotcha. All right. Well, let's go back to the Kings Hammer Hotline. And after getting some... Oh, wrong one. Let's try this again. After getting some heckling tonight during our technical difficulties from my own mom, let's welcome her here on the Kings Hammer Hotline. Hello, Mom. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I guess the important question is, did we clear things up for you? Is everything good back in Kentucky?
Yes.
All right, good.
Yes, it is. It is. That sounds so strange to hear back in Kentucky, but that's, yeah. Yeah. And we're going to get a Kuna Matata, huh?
Yeah.
The Tifos now.
I was wondering.
Oh, my goodness.
I was wondering. I thought the same thing when Brad just said it, and that's kind of funny.
Yep. Kuna Matata.
So
what a wonderful thing. Isn't that the way the song goes?
That's how it goes, yep. YouTube, please don't take this video down. We do not have the copyrights for that song, so please. All right, Mom, you were there tonight at Music Hall. What did you think?
We were there. Well, it wasn't as packed as I thought it would be. It was quiet. It was a quiet group. You know, none of the chanting that I would have expected.
You're not allowed to do that at Music Hall.
They might hear you outside the building.
Yeah,
we don't want to impact the West End Community Council. We don't want to keep them up at night.
Mr. Lindner talked about how the lobby downstairs was named after his mother, who is a huge supporter of Music Hall and of FCC. So I thought, they tied that in very well. Yeah. But it was a little more subdued than I expected. In terms of the kit, like Daniel, I bought mine before the crowd. As we came in, I went ahead and purchased mine. I do like the orange and blue one. The white one just looks like a T-shirt from a distance. But that white's going to be so much better than the black was down on the pitch in the summer. I mean, that thing had to be got off of wearing that black. So,
yeah.
So the pros and cons of it. The big thing for me was that there was nothing there for me to be able to judge sizes. So, you could pre-order because they weren't there for you to see and hold up and, that kind of thing. And when I said, what happens if they're the wrong size? Well, you have to pick them up. They'll be in 2 weeks, so you go and pick them up, and then you can exchange them. To me, that seemed kind of backwards. So you could have at least had some that somebody could, judge by. So that was a little odd. But yeah, the once they announced the kits and they did their little spiel, the line was god long. It was forever. So I think just about everybody there bought one.
Did you play any PlayStation tonight against Fiddle?
Did I what?
Never mind, Mom.
Oh, the gamer?
Yes.
The gamer?
Yes.
No, I no thanks. No, that's not me. No, and it's I know that people have their thing. That's just not mine. I had trouble with the one you had growing up.
Yeah,
so
I remember kicking your butt at Mario. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's not my thing.
Have you given Nick's NASCAR simulator a try yet, though?
I did, didn't I, Nick?
She did.
We need to get you on video. We need to stream it. Got to have a microphone so she can talk to us. We can have Mama Sub's TV.
Oh my gosh, you don't really want me on there. I think I was the slowest driver you've ever seen, and the whole time I freaked out. As soon as oh my God, those are my hands. It's just an odd thing, but yeah, just an odd thing. It's not my thing. So again, not my thing.
Yeah.
But I'm glad there are people that like it.
Well, we're glad that you like Cincinnati Soccer Talk and are such a big supporter of our show. So thank you very much, Mom, for calling in.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So anyway, I tell everybody now, go buy the kit.
Tell them to go buy the kit.
It's going to be, it's going to be a souvenir. It's going to be a great thing to have 10, 20 years from now. Yep. You can say you had the first MLS kit. So.
That's right. All right, Mom. Thanks for calling. Tell Dad I said hello.
All right. Bye, guys.
That's Mama Subs on the Kings Hammer Hotline. 513-399-KICK. 513-399-KICK. Get in touch and have your say here on tonight's kit launch.
I think I was going to say, I think Mama Sue should buy her son a home kit, right?
I told my wife yesterday, I said, just to let you know, I'm going to be buying a kit tomorrow. And she was like, why? You make fun of adults who wear kits. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I've never uttered those words in my life. I don't even know where she got that idea from.
You probably said something about that about the NFL.
No, I mean, well, maybe. Every day I pester my son because he's always watching these NFL YouTube videos. And I'm like, what are you doing? Come on, man. Watch some soccer YouTube videos. And he's just not having it. But no, I will be buying the kit tonight once the show wraps up. So I'll be definitely making my purchase. Very excited about that, though. So, but we appreciate, of course, Mama Subs calling in. She is one of our awesome supporters here on Cincinnati Soccer Talk. And by the way, you can help support the show as well by heading over to CincinnatiSoccerTalk.com/support. We want to give a big shout out and thanks to Kings Hammer and Tim Bronsel, Matt Adamchick, Mama Subs, of course, Brian Malone, Jamie Smed, Mike Hudson, Jonas Tom, Jack Emery, Mike Bowman, Kathleen Francis, Jesse King, Teresa Everidge, Matt Imholt, and Matthew Long. Thank you again for your support of Cincinnati Soccer Talk. Don't forget, we've got the Growler Cup, the new version of the Growler Cup coming up this year. We're really excited about this new format. And, of course, it's going to be presented by Omni Printing and Promotions. So we thank them very much for their support of the Growler Cup. So get involved for $5 a month. Supporting the show, $5 a month gets you involved in the Growler Cup. We will be releasing those details for this year's game here in the next couple of weeks. All right, so let's talk a little bit about last week's friendly. FC Cincinnati drawing 1-1 with DC United, their final preseason friendly at IMG Academy. Nazmi Al-Badawi getting on the goal sheet there for FC Cincinnati. And again, one of these USL guys making an impact in preseason early on, Ken.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we signed too many of those guys, I think. Jesus. It's shocking, actually, how well these guys have. And maybe it's just the fact that last year, as Koch was saying, they had to get to know one another. They had to get to know one another. And these USL guys know each other, and they respond well under these circumstances. And it's hard to remove, and I say remove, hard to displace one of these guys because they all perform, and I say all perform very well. We can't see it. So they appear, or in Pat Brennan's words, they sound like they're doing very well and holding their own against MLS competition. So yeah, I've been very impressed with our USL guys.
To be fair, I mean, Nas was a guy last year that I think from all indications, from everything we were hearing, had that potential to be in a Major League Soccer camp, Brad. I mean, this is not all that much of a surprise that, he gets on the score sheet and sounds like he's doing well down at IMG.
Yeah, I like that our guys are doing well. I like that Nazmi he has gelled well with some of the new MLS players that we brought in, and then I think I definitely think his time with the Palestinian national team has paid dividends from this offseason.
Yeah, I think that's also going to help boost his confidence. There's no question about that, getting some international experience under his belt. So it ends 1-1. I really enjoyed the tweet last week. There was a picture that Nas posted. I think it was Nas who posted him going up against Wayne Rooney. That was pretty cool. And I can't remember who actually tweeted it out. It said something like, in this picture, there's a legend and another guy named Wayne Rooney. So I thought that was. I'll move on to their next friendly, which will be tomorrow in Indianapolis against Indy 11, or as we like to call them, FC Cincinnati West. If you are still watching us live, we'd love to hear from you. 513-399-KICK, 513-399-KICK to talk a little bit more about tonight's kit reveal. Let's go back to the phone, shall we? And let's welcome in Aaron to the show. Aaron, welcome to Cincinnati Soccer Talk. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. What's on your mind tonight?
Well, I was at the event tonight. Had got the chance to play against Fiddle tonight,
Nice.
which was a bit interesting.
How'd that go?
Well, it was definitely tough. That guy is just on another level,
Yeah.
which you expect from somebody that's a pro. But
Yep.
He plays a little bit.
just a little bit. I think I play quite a bit, but then you go up against somebody like that, and it's definitely a whole lot different. But one of the things I kind of noticed that was pretty interesting was kind of right when they brought the guys out and they started doing the Q&A with the guys. You just kind of quickly, you just kind of got a quick glance of the guys all, or it wasn't all with him being the Cincinnati guy, but that was, I think that's something that we all coming in gel together, and how would they kind of react. Even I love him, but for a friend.
Oh, wow.
A birthday present.
Very nice.
So by the time the event was over, the line was massive. I don't know if anybody's mentioned that tonight, but the line, I think afterwards, was just, was probably a couple hundred deep, but
Yeah.
luckily I got in there before. But
Awesome.
So you know who this is, Subes? This is Aaron Miller.
What?
This is Jeremy's brother.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is a way better looking Miller brother.
That's for sure.
We'll have to rub that in. Yeah. No. So thanks for calling, Aaron.
Yeah. One other thing, I think there's quite a few different people on like Twitter and social media complaining about the white kit, but I don't know. I'm a sucker for a good clean white kit, and you get something different with the primary,
Yeah.
with the stripes, and then kind of on the contrary, something that's completely different and just really simple and clean, but it's still overall a nice design. And I mean, there's other big clubs out there and across the world that have a nice. I mean, think about Madrid, who's the biggest club, one of the biggest clubs in the whole world, that at their primary have an all white kit. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Someone's always going to find something to complain about, which is fine. But I don't know. I personally like a nice, simple, clean third kit or second kit.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really go wrong with all white. I mean, look, I personally, I just would like a little bit more color, but I certainly understand why they did what they did. And from what we've seen from some of the other Major League Soccer away kits, it doesn't seem like it was all too far off. So, good stuff, Aaron. We appreciate you calling.
Yeah, no problem.
That's the brother of Jeremy Miller. Aaron Millen. I did not know this, but thank you for educating me tonight, Brad.
Better looking.
Yeah.
Better looking brother.
Good stuff.
I'll
Thanks,
tell you
Aaron.
what, yeah. We need to get Aaron with a video camera, and we need to get Jeremy with the photography, and they could be their own little team.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know where to go with that, Brad, but all right.
Just trying to improve the content, Steve. That's all I'm trying to do.
It's been one of those nights, dude. Oh man, one of those nights.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'd say, do we have people in the queue, or can we get back to talk about those friendlies real quick?
Let's talk about the friendlies, man.
No, so I think a lot of people have made they've talked about how we've gone undefeated in the 3 matches down there, and really what does that mean? And I guess my question to you and our fan base is that, how much stock do you take in these, and what are some things that you think we could learn from these last 3 matches down in Florida?
Well, that's tough to say without not seeing any of them.
But just okay, so like if you were at FC Cincinnati fan going into the DC United match, and you saw we kind of had a disjointed roster. We only had Nick Hagelin playing as a starting center back. Other than that, we were kind of, we had a little bit of everything. We played some of the rookies. We played some of the veterans, but really unlike something that we've seen in the past. And you hold a team that's played Wayne Rooney and Lucho Costa to 1 goal, and you hold a team with Piatti to 1 goal, and then you shut out the Rapids. That's a hell of a week for me. I think that shows that FC Cincinnati might be a little bit ahead of the game on the defensive side of the ball.
I would agree with you on that. As Sue was saying, it's high that you can't see, but from getting the information we get, a player that stands out to me that just is kind of shocking is Gadula, the new rookie.
Yeah,
he seems to have like blended well, made some decent plays, holding his own. Seems like a good signing for us, a good draft pick. But on the other side of it, I would say the question mark becomes for me is Adi working into the current makeup of the team. I just didn't see a lot of information on him so much.
I think Pat Brennan in our special last Thursday, Subes,
yep.
Which thank you for Pat for getting on with us before that DC United match. I think if you haven't listened, go back in your queue. No, it wasn't a mistake. We really did have a second show last week. And I think he was saying that Adi has turned into the team leader. He kind of has been all over, with the new guys. Cincinnati is Adi's adopted hometown. I mean, I think back to, even though he's received some criticism, I think back to when he made his debut last year. I want to say maybe in August. He came on as a sub, and you had the 30-some thousand people just lose their mind. I think that stayed with him and has caused him to buy in and take ownership of this team. Now, he hasn't put any in the back of the net, but you've seen him be dangerous. And you know what? This time of year, yes, our defense is doing well. Yes, a lot of times the offense is a little bit behind, and that makes sense with the lack of chemistry with some of these guys. But I think they've said he's had a couple really, really close instances, and he's really taken ownership of this club. So I'm interested to see what he does in Charleston, where we can see. But I think almost everything come out of camp so far has been very positive on Fernando Adi.
Yeah, it's tough for me to say too. Look, it's a preseason friendly, right? And I'm guarantee you, Alan Koch is saying the same thing. He's not taking any stock into the results. He's out there looking for partnerships, and this is what he's trying to figure out: who works best with who, right? And so, seeing what we've seen so far out of Forrest Lasso here in this preseason, seeing what we've seen, as Ken mentioned, out of Gadula. Darren Maddox getting a goal, getting started back where he started last year. He got off to that hot start in DC. So for me, I personally don't take any stock in the preseason results, because you're going up against another team's odd 45 or odd 11 for a 45-minute half. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's great from a confidence standpoint, but I don't know. I just don't take a whole lot of stock in it.
Well, I just have to look at the ingredients and the recipe that Koch is cooking, and you start to look at some of these pieces and how they're playing together. You've got Lamar, who's fast. You've got Darren Maddox, who's really fast. Kikuta Mana is lightning fast. So you've got all these guys who can start to play off Adi, and then if you want to, you can insert a Nazmi or a Ledesma who can pick some passes out. You can try different combinations to try to unlock some of these defenses. So I definitely have to start saying that even though I was a little bit doubtful on this offense, I'm starting to turn around and be a little more positive.
Yeah, and I don't want to be super negative on. I'm not trying to be super negative on Adi. Like you said, he's got the ingredients. How's he going to cook it? Adi seemed to do better with Ledesma sitting underneath him, filling in, and that's what I'm trying to find out is what's Koch's plan, and it's hard to get that through Twitter.
Hard to get it through Twitter and short clips you've seen online.
Yeah, but it's not like we got beat 5-1 like